You're watching EVH Gear TV, brought to you by Mike's Music. Visit Mike's Music online for all your EVH and other gear needs. Microphones for EVH Gear TV are provided by Rode Microphones, and official Van Halen merchandise is provided by VanHalenStore.com. Now, here's your host from Ontario, Canada, EVH Gear artist Eric Broadbent.
Hey everyone, happy Tuesday afternoon, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Welcome to EVH Gear TV. I am live. I'm going to turn it over to a screen here in a second to bring on Darrin Moore. Darrin, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great today.
It's new guitar day. New guitar day for Darrin. It's always, whenever it's a new guitar day for one of our friends and fans, it's kind of a new guitar day for us because we always get to celebrate. You know, in this case, it's not going to be an unboxing because you didn't have this one in a box, but that you brought it home the way you acquired it. So tell us a little bit about your newest piece of gear.
Alrighty, Eddie Van Halen fans. So this one is from the Stripe series, and it's the Circles guitar, or the Unchained guitar, depending on which family, what name you want to give it. So here we go. Just got it. It's just brand new to me. Been saving up all summer to treat myself, so I got to treat myself today. And this guitar is epic. It plays beautifully. And then to the back where we see I'm trying to get it on the screen for everybody. Hopefully you can see it.
Yeah.
The iconic "Bye, see you later." Honestly, that's probably why I bought it. It's just because that is so freaking cool that he just had a little, took his tape and made the little "Bye, see you later" and flashed it to this crowd when he'd leave. But this guitar is epic. I cannot say how good it is. It is beyond good. I've been playing it since I got here, other than right now.
Yeah.
So it's awesome.
Well, I'm very happy for you for sure. That's nice. I mean, it's a nice treat for yourself, and I know you're a hard worker as well too. So it's kind of a nice reward for sure.
Yeah, it's in my little before head back to college and slave over some homework and exams and final exams and midterms, all those scary words, So
yeah.
It's my little thing to myself, so I can keep myself happy and occupied while I'm over there.
Now, is that going to be the one that you're going to bring with you?
Yep, this one's going to come with me this time, and for people who are maybe keeping up with me, my YouTube channel, I have a couple covers up right now. I'm going to have a couple more, hopefully, before the week's over. They're already done. I just have to shoot the video. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to have my lunchbox rig with me at school, and I'm actually going to bring my recording stuff, too, and Michigan State has really good Wi-Fi there.
Nice.
And I'm looking into I was thought that OBS Studio was going to be a good streaming service for me, but I tried it. It was really laggy. I didn't like it. I'm going to try it again at State to see if it fixes it because we have better internet. But I'm going to look into a new streaming service so when I go live on Facebook or if I want to go live on Instagram or whatever, hopefully I can have it mic'd and you guys can hear my lunchbox rig, which I don't usually play at the house. Today I have been, but I don't usually play it for Facebook Live just for whatever. I played at college. I played at college the whole time, so I want to play my bigger one when I'm at home.
Yeah.
But at college, hopefully you guys will see me live stream with the, small lunchbox rig, the first year or the first edition lunchbox. I don't have the second one yet. So I'm looking forward to it, and you will be seeing this guitar as I do that. And maybe I'll even shoot a cover video out in University of Michigan, or not University of Michigan, Michigan State. Mm-hmm. So I got to find a cool song to cover, maybe that deals with school, like School's Out, or I can't think of any other ones right now. But
save that one for the end of the... Hey, there you go. There you go.
But no, I can't play that song.
That's a tough one.
That's hard as hell.
Oh, you got lots of time to think about it.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. So I'm hopefully everyone's looking forward to seeing this guitar a lot more because it's coming with me.
Those ones. I don't know what it is with the black and white guitars with you. They tend to suit you better. I don't know why. I don't know why. I'll put it back on your screen for a second. But like a lot of people know you having the Star guitar, and the Star guitar isn't for me. Like if I had one sitting here, it'd be cool, and I may get that guitar sometime. But it's not the one for me. But the guitar you have in your hands right now, plus the Star guitar, just seem to suit you really well.
Yeah, you're right. I do notice now you said it. I do kind of gravitate towards that more.
Maybe because I see it. Yeah, I play it more. So when you play the red, white, and black stripe one and stuff like that, it just seems foreign to me a little bit.
Yeah, it could just be I have a lack of color in my collection. You know, I just
yeah, grayscale's better.
I only have I only have that one. You know, you're right. Every other guitar I have is black or white. You know, my Kramer guitar is white. My two Wolfgangs are black in some degree.
Yeah.
And then I have the Star and this guitar, which are black and white. Then there's just that red, white, and black one that's like, boom, red.
Yeah, it really stands out. Well, it's the only reason why I didn't go with the Circles guitar. When I had picked up the black and white stripe, and you can barely see it on my couch in the back there, the next one up, I went to one of the Wolfgangs, and I thought, you know what, I already have a black and white one, and there wasn't enough of a difference between the black and white one and the Circles guitar to make me jump on it. I like the guitar, I love the guitar, but I wanted something a little different. So that's the only reason why I didn't go with that Circles guitar, and they are becoming a little trickier to find. So I'm glad you got it, man. I know you'd been talking about it for quite some time, and then you just acted on it and got it. So really, really happy for you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's honestly that's what it was. I just acted on it. I was like, it's just been digging at me. I'm like, I like that guitar. I like that guitar. You know, I kept saying it and seeing it, and I'm like, I gotta have one. So hopefully the next one I get will have more color into it. You know, I don't know which EVH one it'll be, but it'll be maybe some form of color.
Well, it's one thing I could say for in your behalf too. That's very cool. For the people that are watching the chat, we'll say hi to them in a second as well too. But you're very smart with your money. I mean, you've shared a lot of things with me, and you don't just act on a whim. So that even though this might seem like a whim purchase today, like okay, I want some chocolate bars, so I'm gonna go buy a chocolate bar. You plan everything. You plan. Even when we did our trip up to Mike's Music up in Niagara Falls there, you planned. You planned for that. You planned it around your schedule. When you go to purchase the next piece of gear, you plan for it. Not the fact that you necessarily have to save for it. It's just the fact that you prioritize. So that's one thing I can applaud you for, someone of your young age as well, too.
Usually the ones that I get before school starts, those have been saved for, like, you know, it kind of like it cycles. So now that this has been bought, and then, you know, in a year from now, hopefully, you know, I will say this year did cost me a little bit more because obviously things like the Canada trip and even the trip I took to South Carolina with my family, that did cost me some money, and I did not expect that a year ago. So it's just things come up, and this was the better option. I mean, I've been preaching that I need a new cab, and I will not buy used unless it's like, I don't know. I've been liking those the old PV cabinets, the 5150.
Yeah.
If I can get one of those for a good deal, sure, I'll buy that used. But I think I want, EVH wise, I want it new. You know, I want it in the box. I want it brand new for me.
I would agree with that.
And that's $100 or $200 more than this. So that just, I cut myself a deal in a way. I do need a new speaker cabinet. It's got to happen soon, but.
Well, like you and I were talking off the air, you made the right choice because you're going away to college in a few days, and you have the choice of bringing that guitar or a 412 with another guitar to your college dorm, and a 412 is not exactly the type of thing that you just tote around to college.
Yeah, and then you turn the amp on one, and you have 4 speakers blaring through these paper-thin walls. Yeah. I'll probably break the dorm down by accident.
You'll probably be one of the popular guys, but you won't be popular with the faculty, that's for sure.
No, and then, state tuition's enough. I don't need to repair the entire dorm building because my EVH cab was, like, heavy metal and it broke down.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be a cool music video.
Sure would. Yeah, that'd be really cool. It might be your last time at that school, but it'd be a good one for some views.
Yeah, I'd be skyrocketing on YouTube.
There you go. Speaking of which, let's go say hi to a few folks. We've got Michael Bishop joining in saying, hey, Eric. Quentin James is joining, saying, hey, all. Jay's Tacos and Guitars says, nice. Congrats, Darrin. Congrats for sure. 47 Wolfgang says, nice axe. Quentin James says, I still want a Bumblebee. He. And I'll tell you in a second where you can get one. Eamon Y says, hi, all. Gary from U.S. American jumps in, says, hey, Darrin and Eric, cool guitar. And Justin Gardy says, yo, Eric, EVH Gear TV, making my afternoon interesting once again. This is very, very rare. This is 2 days in a row. This is becoming a weird anomaly. I only usually do shows once a week. But
you've been doing them during the week. I mean, I love it. So when I get the time to just sit there and watch and kill time. It's awesome. So.
The fortunate thing is, when I used to work at the radio station, I could never do this kind of thing. I work from home now, so that it allows the luxury of doing that. Although there's things that I have to get to as well too. So I'll be jumping back to that shortly too, building some websites and whatnot as well. So to keep the power on to do this kind of stuff. But Quentin's talking about the Bumblebee, and just because he's located in the States doesn't mean he can't deal over here in Canada. I was talking to Mike Palermo today, one of our show sponsors here from mikesmusiconline.com, and I asked him what he had really, like stock-wise, because you remember some of the stock he had when we were there. And a few of the things he had at the time, he still has. Remember, he had one of the transparent purple standards, just like mine?
Yep.
He still got that one, and I saw that. Hopefully it's the same one, because that one had a beautiful, beautiful top. But if you guys want to go to the show's Facebook page, facebook.com/EVH Gear TV, I posted probably upwards of about 10 or 12 photos of some stock that Mike has in right now. Now, some of them are just the stock photos from the EVH Gear website. However, they are the units that he has in stock. And Quentin, he does have a Bumblebee. And reach out to him for sure. And any of you guys watching, reach out to Mike. The link is in the description below, mikesmusiconline.com. And ask him what you're looking for, or tell him what you're looking for, whatever, and see what he's got. He might have it in stock for you and work you out a really good price. The cool thing is about purchasing from him is he'll set the guitar up himself and have it, like a race car when you get it. And as you know, you saw what he did to my guitar when we were there.
He is just like a pit crew master on a race car. He made that thing sing and
I know,
play just like
in minutes,
like a Ferrari of guitars or whatever their best car is, whatever.
Yeah. That was really cool. He did a good job on it. 47 Wolfgang says, love my red, white, and black EVH. That's one. You have that one as well too, right?
Yep, it's in the other room. I'm not in my guitar room
right
now,
no
but
problem.
It's over there.
Yep, and Insomniac Man says, hey Darrin, I forget. Have you been asked what strings you use? I asked that to all the guitarists I run into. I don't think so. What are your strings? You use the Darios, or no? What do you use?
I've been switching over to those, the NYXLs. Yep. 9 to 42. I think I've dabbled in the 10 to 46 once, and I just didn't like it. So I'm basically a 9 to 42 guy. I use the EVHs. I'll use Fenders. There's the I forgot the whole name of them, but they're like a really nice one by Fender.
Okay.
But I've been switching over to the D'Addario NYXL. So some of my guitars still have older strings on it, but I'm going to have the D'Addarios on it. So I'm excited. I love those strings.
Yeah, they're a little bit more expensive, but they're worth it. They are more expensive. There's no two ways around that. But you're going to change them a heck of a lot less. Like I was saying, just I think possibly yesterday on the show, or maybe the last show, I don't remember, but it was recently. I know I said this. When Rob Cunningham from D'Addario come on the show the first time, which is several months ago, back in maybe the spring. He had sent me a box of them, and I put them on all my guitars, and most of 3 or 4 of the guitars at least, and they're still perfectly in tune. They still feel like brand new strings, and that's I'm not playing as much as a guy gigging every weekend, but I'm still playing a lot, and there's no wear and tear. There's no dying of those strings. They're fantastic.
They're the first strings that I put straight out of the package onto the guitar, and I liked them right off the bat. I mean, the EVH ones are great, and so are the other ones. But these, I gave these ones a slight edge because they felt great right out of the package.
That's right.
They felt slinky. They felt like they'd already been played. That's the weird. They felt played, but they're brand new.
Yeah.
So I loved it. I was like, they're on my Star guitar. That's the only guitar I think that had. No, actually, the red, white, and black one does too.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, and they play epically. They're just perfect strings. Perfect.
I'm going to be doing a Futone upgrade in the next day or so, as you saw on the show yesterday on the 5150 Stripe guitar back there. So I'm not changing the strings in that one yet. It makes no sense. But as soon as I'll just pull off all the strings when I do the upgrade, and then I'll put on the NYXLs on that one. I think it's going to play quite nice.
Oh, it's gonna rock even more.
Yeah,
that guitar already rocks because I played it back when I was in Canada.
That's right. Yeah, you were the first.
Rock even more.
You and Eric were Eric Jr. were the first ones to play it, which is pretty cool. So that was fun.
Yeah. That is a guitar that's hard to pass up too. When I saw that it came out, I'm like, oh damn it! I wanted that one, but it'll happen one day.
Oh yeah,
5150.
Yeah, you space them all out and you plan for them, so that's all good. I know you'll get it for sure.
I know. It's just I saw it and I'm like, damn it, that's so cool. And I'm like,
I know.
My heart's already set.
Yep,
so.
You had your heart set in this one, and you made the right choice. I agree with that. Jay's Tacos says, or actually Quentin James says, your show is so cool it actually blocked out the sun. Did it? Yeah, it is kind of dismal here in Canada. It's a little overcast. It was actually raining when I was on the highway earlier today. Jay's Tacos Guitar says, I want that EVH Garage shirt Mike has. Yeah, those are really cool, the work shirts. Hit him up, man. He'll give you a good price on it for sure. And when you contact him, say Eric referred you, and maybe he'll do something extra special for you. See what he can do for you. But tell him I sent you, and see what he'll do for you. Insomniac Matt says, I use 9 to 46 for my lead stuff and 11 to 50 for rhythm stuff. 11 to 50, that's some pretty tense stuff. Quentin James says, you're an animal. And then Insomniac Matt says, I'm an E flat. So there's a little bit of less, a little tension. Not a heck of a lot, but here's a good question from Justin. He says, anyone else use the Ernie Ball Paradigm? I've had them on my Wolf Standard, and I'm not happy with the tone they bring. I have not tried them. Now, those are the ones they claim that you can't break?
Yes, they're the ones they can't break, and they're like $15, $16 a pack. So
okay,
I mean,
and he's saying he doesn't like
break
the tone. Yeah, they shouldn't. Yeah, he doesn't like the tone. So I haven't tried them. I'd be willing to try a set just to see, the novelty. You know what I mean? I can't see how that guarantee can work.
It just seems like inevitably they'd have to break. Strings, just the way that everything works, they're bound to break. Unless they're coated in like titanium alloy, and that would probably be why they suck at tone, because I'm sure titanium. Well,
for a string,
I guess for a string, not for the hardware, not like futon.
This is vibration, right?
Yeah, so the string, no, I wouldn't think. I don't know what they're made out of.
Yeah.
At $15 a pack, they better be good, and it's discouraging.
Insomniac Matt says that means they'd be likely to $20 to $25 in a Canadian dollar. That's probably about right. I've never priced them at any of the stores, and I'm not sure if I saw those on his shelf or not. I'll ask him if he sells them. And did you see him?
I thought I did. I know he had the NY XLs, and I could have swore I saw Paradigm because it has that big old eagle on it.
Yeah.
With the Paradigm logo.
I'll ask Mike to see if he has them, how much they run for our Canadian people up here for sure. Matt says, I hear that with the Ernie Ball Paradigm strings, that if the string does break, you have to mail in the string to Ernie Ball, and they ship you back a replacement string. That's kind of neat, but here again too, it's almost like, and this is no slam to those guys at all, none whatsoever, but it's almost like a coupon validation, or a coupon. People get all these coupons. Sometimes they're great coupons, and the reason why they offer you, or rebates, because they know the retention, or what's the word I'm looking for, the redemption rate. People just, I'm too bothered to do it, right? So if you break your D string, are you going to really get an envelope out and send it to Ernie Ball? Like, I don't think I would. And I think I lost you there. Are you frozen? I think I might have lost Darrin. Let me go over to another question for a quick.
Am I good?
Yeah, I got you now. You completely froze for about 10 seconds, but I got you back. So yeah, I don't know if I would actually do the mail-in replacement. It's hard to say. And Eamon Wise says Paul Gilbert kept tuning to something like A flat before it snapped. Wow. So he really, really, really cranked it. And
okay.
So I mean, it's gonna break it's gonna break if you tune it to infinity, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Like you said, it ain't worth that. I'm not gonna nail in my broken string to get a new one back. Just like you were just saying when I went frozen there for a second.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna do it.
No.
That's just not me.
No, that's right. I'll just grab another set pull one out of another pack, which I hate to do. I hate robbing another pack of a string, because then you go to change strings and you're missing a string. I always hate that.
I'm kind of too OCD to do that. I don't borrow from other packs. Once it breaks, there's a new pack going on. Sorry.
Yeah.
I do it all over because it gives me anxiety knowing there's like 3 strings that'll never get used probably.
Yeah.
They're just sitting there, and they were part of a $10 pack of freaking strings. Hell no.
I know. I hear you. I've got enough strings for the most part here too. Usually on the ready that I can do that with no problem. But there's been times I'd be down to my last bit of last little bit of strings, and you have to rob Peter to pay Paul kind of thing. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I've done that a couple times with like Ernie balls because they're cheap, but I would never do that with my NYXLs or anything. They'd have to all be replaced at once. I could just. Sorry.
I remember as a kid going into a town that's kind of on the way where we went on our trip to go see Mike. There's a music store in London, And it was a cool thing as a young teenager, whatever. You could buy the strings in bulk, and I'm sure they do this in a lot of places too. It was probably like I think it was a Dean Markley string or something of the nature, and they had them in tubes and basically all unwound, rolled up, so straight strings, and you pick your gauge and you can take as many as you want. And it was pretty affordable. Like back then, it was probably like, I don't know, 25 to 40 cents a string or something like that. Maybe $1 or something. I don't know how much it was. But it worked out fairly reasonable, and you just pick your gauge and whatever you want. So that was kind of a cool feature. I don't know if people still do that these days or not, but it was neat.
I've never heard of it, so that is cool though.
Yeah. Insomniac Matt says the connection for Darrin is causing him to auto-tune. Yeah, when it paused for a second, it was almost like a Eminem type thing happening. It was pretty cool.
Hey, record it and put it on a mixtape. I'll probably make millions.
There you go.
Forget this guitar.
There you go. Tactical Sixteen says, afternoon, just stopping by early to hang, and he says he's only broken one string in the last 7 years on 7 guitars, all with Floyd's. That's fantastic. I don't tend to bust a lot of strings either, and I tend to at the most inopportune times. I don't think I've yet, knock on wood, I've never broke one on a live show, a live performance-based show, so hopefully that doesn't become a problem, but we'll see. And he also says, I had a Kaler on a Charvel in the 80s, a real one, and it broke about 10 high E strings a year. Yeah, obviously probably a burr on a saddle for sure.
Wow. Yeah, usually when I break a string, it's around the saddle.
Yeah.
I don't know if that means anything. Usually it's not when I dive bomb or anything like that either. I have like an Angus Young type picking. Sometimes I hit really hard. So I think I also pick kind of like down here,
Very close. Yep.
Sometimes, and that's when I usually break them. It's just I'm picking too damn hard.
I think for mine, the only time if I catch myself, it's from excessive bends. If you're doing some Van Halen type stuff and you're really, really pushing the bends, then I find that's when I'll probably break them. What else does he say? Insomniac Matt says, I hate changing strings to the G and high E. I feeling like they're going to snap when I tune them up. Yeah, do you ever do that sometimes? You get paranoid and you're tuning, you look away like you feel like you're going to get smacked in the face?
Yeah, I go whip out my my dad's welding goggles or something, and I'm like, all right, don't slice my throat or my eyes, please. Yeah.
That's like I was telling Eric Jr. the story the other day. Back in the day when I was doing kind of the Paul Gilbert thing and Eddie Van Halen thing with the power drill, I was doing, this is before I even had a cordless drill, so I was using a corded drill and trying to replicate the thing Paul Gilbert did with the guitar pick. So Eddie Van Halen always obviously used the drill more for sound, and Paul Gilbert used it for his technique. So I took a bolt, 2 nuts, 2 washers, and I took 3 guitar picks. So basically, if I can try to give you the example, I'll try to show on the screen. I did something like this, right? So you have like a trillium, like a propeller of guitar picks. So I had 3 picks like that. The bolt would go through the center, and the washers would clamp them. And I played this theme song to this TV show. And I was in a guitar contest back in '91, and that's when I ended up winning it, and I won this one really cool guitar. But I played this thing, and when I was practicing it at home, like you get, and this is with a corded drill, so the RPM is like something like 25,000 RPM or something. It's just stupid.
It's insane.
It is. I got the picks too close to the strings, and it grabbed probably the 4 middle strings, at least those ones, and ripped it right off the guitar in one swoop. And then they're going around in circles, and they're whipping my face, my neck, and didn't hurt me severely, but I had like cuts the size of razor blades all across my forehead, face, neck. It looked like Freddy Krueger just went like hash slash across my face.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
those thin strings, they're just like they're literally like a little razor in a way.
Yeah, razor blade. So lesson learned there on number 1, don't use a corded drill, and number 2, just don't do it in the first place. You know what I mean?
Sure, Paul Gilbert apparently, but he's figured it out.
Yeah. Now, I'd love to do that again today. If I did that today, that'd get me some huge hits on YouTube. But I want to potentially survive another day for another show as well too. So.
I would not like to see you cut your face off on live performance, so that would be weird.
Yeah. If I want to get a lot of views, that's not exactly the way I want to go do it. I want it to be because of guests and things like that, not for injuries live on the show.
Yeah, no self-harm, please.
Because we know what's going to happen. That's just going to open up the door for, okay, well, he broke his arm this time. What's he going to do next time? You know what I mean? People are going to be tuning in for like auto racing crashes or something.
Yep, you're going to be doing the David Lee Roth jump off your house while playing the tapping part to Eruption.
There you go.
see if you land it right.
That's right. Well, let's jump back over to your guitar. More people are giving you some nice compliments on your guitar. Robert Newman says, congrats on the circle guitar. I think that's the best one. I'm going to put it over on your screen so you can show it off again.
Here it is. So
show the back as well, too.
Yep, we're going to flip it over now. I mean, this is, out of all the Stripe series guitars, this little, like, you know, the buy, see you later, that's got to be one of the, probably the coolest feature on any of them. It's just the little, that they, because even on the Star guitar, I think the original one has some weird letters on the back, but they didn't put it on, you know, the EVH one. So they actually, this one's very true to the original one, the original Circles guitar.
Very darn close, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's some things, but I just had a quick question for everybody, and even you. This one became the Rasta guitar, right?
I thought it was the Rude.
Oh, okay. I keep hearing, that's what I was asking, I keep hearing it both ways. That the Circles became the Rasta, and then the Rude became the Rasta. So does anyone in the chat, anyone can help me out, clear that one up, if anybody can answer that?
I'll check if we don't have the answer today. I'll check with Scott as well, too. He'll know for sure, my buddy Scott. And Adam will know, too.
Okay, I thought it was the Circles, but, I mean, I could be wrong. I don't, you know...
It's definitely a great guitar, man. I'm really glad you got it today.
Oh, it's awesome. I've been playing it through the lunchbox where I go. You know, I haven't even plugged it into the 100-watt one yet. It just roars. This thing it's just a beast. Honestly, I do love the Wolfgang guitars a lot, but I think the Stripe series are starting to take over as my favorite, just because they're so like hot roddy. You know, they're just so 80s and they're so like awesome. Like I'm an 80s guy, and I'm sure I'll get flack for this, but I love all those like bands that came out in like the late 80s and even early that were just like hair bands, you know?
Oh yeah, that's like, totally my style.
I'm finding I'm a huge Warrant fan. Like lately I've been just digging into Warrant stuff, and beyond songs like Cherry Pie, they have some epic songs like Big Talk, obviously Uncle Tom's Cabin. That is a killer song. I mean, anybody can like that song. That's like one of the greatest rock and roll songs ever written, is Uncle Tom's Cabin. And then Mr. Rainmaker. Oh, there's a lot of great songs by Warrant. So don't just hear Cherry Pie and
make your mind up.
And make your mind up. Dig in, because that's unfortunately what I did. I thought Warrant was cheesy, and there's only a couple bands, I won't name them, but there's only a couple bands I consider cheesy from the 80s, and if you know me personally, you probably could guess who I think are cheesy.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, these, back to the Stripe series, they just sound so epic. I don't know what it is. The Wolfgangs are more well-rounded. They're kind of like they do good in everything kind of thing, except for, I think personally, Wolfgangs don't clean up that well on a clean channel. You sometimes have to roll back your volume. Just in my experience. And I don't have a good cabinet either, so that could change once I get a better cabinet. So I'm not dissing Wolfgangs. It's just my personal experience.
Yep.
And that it's the EVH humbucker too. The Wolfgang humbucker is not. It's a little bit more.
It's hot.
It's hot. Yeah, thank you. So it doesn't clean up as well, and I guess these don't as well either. But like when you throw this on the red channel on any of the EVH amps, this is like Van Halen. You know, it'll get you there so quickly. You know, I can't wait to do a Unchained cover with this guitar.
You'll have fun with that one.
Yeah, and you know, I'll have to do some of the moves from the '81 Oakland show where he does that jumping thing. You know, I don't know how Eddie can play and do the moves he does. I have no synchronization. I have to stand still or just barely move to play a lick right. You know, and he can jump off the drum riser and do these weird in sync moves with David Lee Roth, and he can still play it like it's nothing.
I know, very versatile.
So it's just, I'm sorry to get off track.
Oh no, it's all good.
I'm in a good mood today. I got this epic guitar.
That's good, man. I'm really excited for you for sure. And Robert's asking is the Circle being discontinued? He says, I hope not. I haven't been told from my people yet that it's been discontinued. Now, it is off the website. Is that correct?
Unfortunately, it is off the website. Obviously, I have no better information than you.
Yeah.
My only thing is they haven't, even the bigger stores have pulled it from the website. So I don't know if EVH just stopped making them and they just don't have like a fresh supply coming out right now. Maybe they're they're just taking a break. I don't know.
I'll get an answer on it. Like literally half an hour before we went live here too, I was talking to my guys at EVH, and I didn't ask that question because it just didn't cross my mind. But I'll just do a quick reply to all and ask them, say, is it being discontinued? And I'll get that answer and I'll address it on the next show for sure. Maybe this Friday. I
mean, that did play a part in me getting this.
Yep.
So I want to collect all the EVH ones, just from not even a guitar player point of view, just a Van Halen fan point of view. I'd like to have all the Stripe series, even the Wolfgang ones that are striped. So I'm like, well, this better not be discontinued, and I don't have to buy one for $3,000 later because they don't make them anymore.
That's right.
So
exactly.
And
Insomniac Matt says, fun fact: Pantera started out as a glam metal band. Let me see here. Yep, for sure. And let me see. Tactical Six String says, or if there was another white and black circle guitar, it was that one. I think he was talking about the what became the Rost. Jace Taco says, good man, 80s, 90s hair band's the only way to go. And Tactical Six String says, I'm not the EVH guru, you guys are. And hey, we don't know it all either. Trust me. It's one thing I refuse to do on the show is say that I know it all, because you always get someone that's way more knowledgeable than yourself in the chat or as a guest or vice versa or a combination of both. So I always say I don't know, and I will find out if I don't know that answer. And Jay's Taco says the big chains were blowing them out now, but they're a commodity. But now they're a commodity. Yeah, for sure. So I'll find out just for other fans out there that would like to get that guitar. I'll find out if it is still available. Or you can also look at your current stores to see if they have them in stock, even if they are being discontinued. And I'm not saying they're being discontinued. Trust me. I don't have that knowledge at the moment.
We're not saying that at all.
Yeah.
I've noticed that they, for some reason, just aren't there anymore. It's not any confirmation. So no one say that I said that. Please.
That's right.
We did not say that.
We did not say that. So we're going to wrap up here in just a second. So I want to congratulate you once again for a new guitar day, beautiful guitar. And I want to direct a lot of people that are talking about some guitars over in the chat as well, too. Go have a look at mikesmusiconline.com. Link is in the description below. And again, just today I posted a bunch of stuff. I just talked to Mike Palermo this morning and said, send me a list of what you got in stock right now, EVH wise. And there was quite a bit of stuff. Some standards, a little bit more than that. He's got several of the amplifiers in stock. And Darrin, you and I both played was it the 100 watt or the 50 watt 212 combo that we played? I forget. I want to say 50, I think.
I don't think so.
Maybe the 100?
It's one of the bigger 2x12, so
okay.
I think those are 100.
Okay.
I think those are 100 watt.
I think it was 100 watt. Yeah, as a matter of fact, well, I can't pull up. I don't want to pull up Facebook right at the moment. But anyways, whatever I have posted there on the Facebook page is what he has, and it was beautiful.
He has a couple.
Yeah,
he has a couple too. He doesn't have just one. I'll just put in a word for him too, because I was there. So Eric's not lying to any of y'all. I mean, I've been there. I was at Mike's Music. He's got a lot of, like the EVH shirt that Eric's wearing. He has a lot of the EVH
merchandise.
So if anybody wants that, go to Mike's Music. He's got it, and I'm sure, like Eric said, he'll get it for you because he's with he does deals with EVH people. So
yeah,
I just want to vouch for Eric. Mike's Music is your EVH center. Mike will come through. He's a super nice guy. He's got a lot of stuff there, and it's not just like it's not like your Guitar Center that maybe has one EVH Wolfgang. He's got the standards. He had a couple specials, if I remember correctly, and a couple Stripe series, and you took one of them.
That's right. Yeah, I know, that was fun. I was so excited. You'd think when we got there that day, the first thing I'd want to do is just grab that guitar and run with it. But we were excited about shooting the video there, which we did, and it was just a fun, exciting thing. There was every single thing we did there had the same fun factor as the guitar. And then we obviously played the Frankenstein replica, and that was pretty awesome. I still haven't gotten over that.
That, and then the next guitar that I would say was that stand out was his Palermo, the Charvel conversion.
I know you played that one, and I regret that I did not play that one. He just did another one too. I just shared it the other day too. A beautiful, beautiful one. The stuff he does is absolutely incredible. When I go back next time, I'm going to play one of his Palermo conversions. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, we talked about the 5150 combo. I think he uses that amp for most of his demos that he does when he does his Palermo demos. It certainly sounds like it.
It does sound. It's got that EVH, that classic EVH sound. So I've watched pretty much all his PG3 videos because I want one so bad. Mike, if you're watching, that'll probably be my next guitar, maybe my second to next. But I'm gonna reach out. I want one so bad. That one I played was killer. I want a PG3, but the one I played was a Charvel conversion.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
But if that was any indicator of how awesome the PG3 is, it's going to be mine.
That's right. Well, listen, I'm going to let you jump back to the guitar room and go have some fun with it, and we'll be in touch throughout the week. Obviously, we talk almost every day. And thank you, everyone, for jumping in, for doing a brief live kind of a new guitar day kind of unboxing or a showing demonstration. And Darrin's going to go enjoy his new Circles guitar and have some great fun with that. Watch for some videos to come from him soon. And enjoy that as much as you can, because you got school coming up pretty soon. And same here with the boy. I got to go out shopping for school supplies for him. So all that good fun stuff.
It sucks, but you got to do it.
That's right.
And thank you for having me on. Thanks for letting me show it off. I know it's rambly today, but I'm just excited because I can't,
It's all good, man. That's what we're here for.
Thanks, everybody, for the questions and watching. So just like Eric said, I'm probably going to do Unchained with this guitar. I already have it on my I already recorded it. Not recorded, but I just have to go back and redo a couple parts. But
great.
Hopefully, maybe you'll see it before I go back to college, everybody, and you will see this guitar in the video. So
fantastic. We'll look forward to it. Everyone, thanks so much for joining us in the chat there as well. Speaking of Mike's Music, I'm going to turn it over to the little man who's playing the limited edition Frankenstein from Mike's Music just a couple weeks back. And until next time, we'll see you Friday evening, 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time with my guest, Scott Kelby. It's going to be a great show. Everyone, will talk to you real soon. Cheers.
Hey, my name is Eric, and I'm playing the Frankenstrat guitar.
Video production services provided by Design 39 Media. Visit design39media.com for all your website, photography, and video production needs.